This episode of Intoxicated is brought to you by Best Fiends. It is the month of love, and you know who deserves that love? You. Whoever is listening to this podcast, you deserve some love. Add some entertainment into your life. Check out Best Fiends. It's a free-to-download casual mobile puzzle game. Guys, I cannot put it down. I'm obsessed with it. I literally sit on it for so long, and I'm just so mesmerized by all the colors and everything on it. I have so much fun. Not trying to brag or anything, but I'm on like level 30 now, so I'm doing pretty good. I even got some of my friends to play it, and we always talk about it. We're so obsessed with it. Plus, there's new characters and new challenges added all the time, so you will never get bored. You will always be leveling up. There is no end to this game. Plus, the more you play, the more challenges you get to do, and the more characters that you get to collect. Ready to give your brain some TLC? Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Hey Kel Kats, welcome back to another episode of Intoxicated. I'm your host, Kelsi Davies, and I am here with a very special Valentine's Day guest. It is Valentine's Day as we are filming this. I am here with my boy toy boyfriend, future husband. Well, we're not like engaged or anything, but
she's trying to drop some hints.
Hint, this is Drew.
Hi.
He's amazing. We've been dating for 4 years, and we live together.
4 long years.
It's been 4 long years.
It's been 84 years.
I'm really high.
My intoxicated choice of the night is, of course, Mary J. We love Mary J. I'm really high. It was called Sleepy Toad. I feel like sleepy, but like a toad. You know?
How does a toad feel?
I don't know, like this. Andrew is work deprived. That is his intoxicate. I almost said anxiety choice of the night.
Work deprived? That means I don't work enough.
Oh,
you mean sleep deprived?
Sleep deprived from working. I'm like baked, dude. Wait.
You got issues.
He's really tired, so he didn't do anything. He's gonna be not in this whole episode, but he agreed to be in part of it, and I am very, very grateful.
We got a little cat between us.
I know, we got Luna. She's our little daughter. This is episode number 23. I don't know why I said that. Like, it's in the title.
This is episode 23. Woo!
It's not like 50, you know, or 100. Like, it's 23. I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that? Okay.
Might as well, I guess.
On the last episode, we ended talking about the Oculus. Drew just got the Oculus. It's right here. If you're watching this live on YouTube. By the way, we are live on YouTube. Well, streaming, not live, but like the video is live. I don't know. Put it on. But we are on YouTube, and my YouTube channel is KELSI DAVIES, as if you would like to see Drew with an Oculus on his face right now. Like, he is in the world. He's in it.
It's just blinking.
He's in the zone. I know, it's like off.
It's blinking here.
But I ended like, so I was just thinking like how human evolution, because there's the metaverse coming out, like there's, I don't know, all this shit.
There's some crazy stuff going on.
There's some crazy shit, like.
Did you hear about Elon Musk? Like, he wants to put a chip in people's brains.
For what? Who's gonna agree to that?
So basically it's supposed to heal stuff, like if you have like vision issues, it'll fix your vision, your hearing.
Okay, I would take that. Is there one for anxiety?
I don't know.
My life would be changed. You could just flip it like on the side of your head. You just crank it like.
No, they cut out a piece of your skull and they put a chip in your brain.
That's crazy.
Like, they literally go into your brain. And
What's it called?
I don't know the name of it, but like, it's crazy. They basically, like, say you were paralyzed, like from the waist down, it'd fix your legs supposedly. I don't know how the hell they're gonna do that, but
that's like miracles.
I don't know how they're gonna do that though.
Elon Musk creating miracles. Wow.
He hasn't done it yet.
That's crazy. Wait, okay, so what is like the whole thing with like the metaverse and like NFT? What is NFTs?
I don't know the name for them. They're like, say you have a picture, you take that picture and basically you're selling it as like a picture, but it also goes with like the blockchain and everything. So basically you buy into this picture, it's only like you own like a piece of that picture, unless you own the whole thing. But
what? That's so confusing.
And the more
to,
people
like,
that buy into it, like the more expensive it gets. Kind of like stocks and crypto.
Oh, that's no, yeah. On Twitter, it has like an NFT option. I was like, what is that? Like, but I knew kind of what it was, but I like was like, what does this have to do with Twitter? Like, I was just like, I don't know. I was like really confused.
I'm gonna do an NFT of me wearing the Oculus.
That'd be pretty dope.
It's just a picture of me in the Oculus.
It's just in it. How many? Okay, so how do you think human evolution could change? Like with. This isn't sponsored, by the way. This totally seems like it is. Like, this is not sponsored by Oculus.
I don't think, like, this will change stuff very much.
I feel like this is, like, the future, though. Like shit like this. But instead of, like, having these giant fucking weird-looking goggles on your head, then, like, it'll probably be like, you know, like, this looks fucking stupid.
You look like you got a toaster attached to
literally, we're gonna look like in the future, we're gonna look back and we're like, what the fuck is this?
You know how you look at the pictures from, like, the 60s and 70s and they had, like, some of the worst toys ever? Like, there was a science kit that I think had uranium in the kit. Nuclear uranium inside the fucking kit.
Teaching our children, you know, that's just what happens.
But who would give a kid a radioactive piece of mercury? Or not mercury, uranium.
Someone fucking weird.
I mean, mercury itself, too, that gives you fucking cancer.
Okay, so I'm getting back to Oculus, okay? Like, so, like, in the future, I feel like instead of this fucking giant thing on my head, like the White House is sitting on my head right now.
You got a toaster on your head.
I got a toaster on my head. That'd be kind of lit if you had like toasters. If people just come up to you on the street, do you need anything toasted?
I would never wear a toaster on my face. You know how hot that would get?
That was a job, dude. You just wear a toaster on your fucking head and people
realize how
warm
hot
up
that
their
would be?
toast.
You realize how hot that would be?
It would be very toasty.
You have like, it's literally baking it on your head.
I have a baking oven, easy bake oven on my head. But anyways, the design is what we're getting. I feel like the design will be like sunglasses or something like super just like
It'd be
mellow.
Cool if it was contacts.
Or I don't know, like Black Mirror.
But that would be more AR instead of VR.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Black Mirror, it's like this Netflix show. It's kind of like the futuristic version of Twilight Zone, in my opinion. Like, you watched it with me. It's like you have contacts in on like most of the episodes. That's the concept, is like certain contacts, like, and that is your world. Like, you can see everyone, but like
crazy.
There's like scores above their head of like what their rank is in the world. I don't know, just like crazy shit like that. And I'm like, that could totally fucking happen. Like, that's crazy. And I feel like it will. Like, I definitely feel like things are just gonna like
Okay. I think it'll go to full dive before that.
Full dive is, oh, what's full dive? Full dive.
So
like
full
SAO.
Dive, well, SAO is anime, but basically, like, I think it was in 2022 or 2023, they developed these like helmet you put over your head, and it would basically put you in like a sleep mode in the real life, and like you'd go into the game. It's like transporting your soul there.
What?
It wouldn't be like exactly like you would know you're in a game, but basically the whole premise of that story is they get stuck in a game, and if they die in the game, they die in real life.
Like, you guys should watch SAO if you haven't already. It's on
anime.
It's anime. I sounded like I was promoting one of my videos. Guys, go watch it if you haven't already. But for real, like, it's a really interesting concept. I haven't watched, I think I watched season 2. I don't think I watched after that though. That could be like the new war. Like they take over that shit, you know? Like, that could be a new type of like weapon.
I mean,
Right?
you like hold wars inside of the
In the
Hold on.
universe, like in the, I mean, not in the universe.
I feel like
in the thingy.
if there was wars, it'd be over like inside stuff, but it wouldn't be like real world stuff.
Yeah, but like it could be like with money and shit.
I know,
and, like,
but you'd be the whole reason they would be doing wars because they're trying to get like an asset from like land. That's most of the time like. A lot of stuff that happened, they wanted something that they had. That's why they.
Or it could be like robbing or something. Maybe not like like war.
Like robbing people. I mean, there's good possibility where the people would like kill people.
Kill people?
I mean,
that's scary.
You gotta think like if you're going off the premise of that story, like if somebody like made your stuff malfunction, it would kill you.
Oh, like shock you, like.
Well, that's how they die in the show. It puts out microwave frequencies and it like cooks your brain.
Oh.
Like so, if you die, that's how they kill you. And if you unplug
that's scary.
It'll do the same thing.
That's scary. I'm scared.
He rigged it.
I don't like it. He rigged it. Well, Drew, I know that you have to go to bed, but thank you for being on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Boyfriend of the year right here. Boyfriend of the year. He worked all day. Just got home. And then I was like, can you be on my podcast? And he was like, all right.
Thank
you, baby. I love you.
I love you too. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Yummy. Guys, I don't know what is up with me and recording these podcasts, but my microphone was muted like half the time. I think I got high and pressed mute, and I just threw a whole tantrum, and now Drew feels bad, so he's giving me cereal. Thank you, babe.
How dare you forget to turn on the microphone? I am disappointed.
Guys, when am I gonna get this right? Like, this is episode 23, man. Maybe it's because I'm high. I'm gonna keep going with this, you know, I'm gonna eat some cereal. Hold on. Drew got me Cocoa Pebbles, and I'm gonna eat them, and I'll be back in a second. All right, guys, I ate my Cocoa Pebbles. We're doing much better here. All right, we're just gonna keep this going. You know, we got this. We can do this. We're gonna read through some high thoughts because when I was high, I thought, hey, it would be really interesting to read through some high thoughts while high. So we're gonna do that. Some of these are actually really, like, they make you think, like these questions or statements. I don't really know. All right, here we go. If life is unfair to everyone, does that mean life is actually fair? Ooh. I mean, yeah, I think so. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think of some of these questions. Like, oh, what time is it not? Wait, what? What time is it not? Oh, well, it's not 11:47. Who was the first person that saw cannabis and decided to smoke it? That's what I thought about. I was like, who was just like walking and was just like, yo, I really want to light this on fire and inhale it and see what happens. This is the only logical explanation I have. Maybe there was a big fire in a field of freaking marijuana and the marijuana lit up and they were like, wow, I'm getting really high from this, you know? Like, I'm feeling something. Like, I like it. And then they decided to start smoking it. Ah, right? That's it. That's it. Psychic lady says so. Whoa. Who closes the bus door after the bus driver gets off? There's probably like something on the outside of like it, maybe to lock it or something. There has to be, right? What does water taste like? Wow. I don't know. It tastes like water, dude. What does a grape taste like? It tastes like a grape, right? I feel like water has a taste. Some water, like, there's some water that tastes kind of different than other waters. Like, you know what I mean? Oh my god, I can't even tell. There's shitty water. There's filtered water. There's tap water. You know, there's different tastes in that water. If I hit myself and it hurts, am I weak or strong? a little bit of both, right? Like, ow, I'm strong enough to hit my arm, but I'm weak enough to, like, feel the pain. What, like, I feel like strong people feel pain. Okay, getting into the main topic. I've been a little silly goose here on this podcast tonight, but we're gonna go into different celebrities who have passed. There's a lot of different conspiracies for a lot of celebrities like Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe, Princess Diana. There's a lot of different mysteries that I kind of want to get into and talk about, give my thoughts. I do have psychic gifts. Sometimes I feel things, or sometimes I like see things. This will just be like a psychic kind of reading on what I think. You know, I'm not 100% right all the time, but sometimes I'm pretty damn close. So I just kind of want to share what I think of like each celebrity and their passing and if they're still alive and all that. So let's do this. First, we're gonna get into Michael Jackson. This is a big conspiracy. A lot of people think that he is still alive. Some people believe he was murdered. There's like a lot of different things on this. So I'm going to read through some of these articles that I found really interesting. These are the reasons why people believe this. Like, people are like convinced. It's pretty crazy. So in 2017, Paris Jackson told, this is Michael's daughter, she told Rolling Stone magazine that she was convinced her father had been murdered. To have like his own daughter be like, I think my dad was murdered is kind of weird. Like, that's interesting. All arrows point to that. It sounds like a total conspiracy theory and it sounds like bullshit. But all real fans and everybody in the family knows it. It was a setup and it was bullshit, she said. Whoa, a setup? Some online conspiracy theorists questioned whether she was pointing to a group such as the Illuminati. That's interesting. This also says Michael Jackson's will wasn't signed by him. In 2012, 5 of the singer's brothers and sisters, Janet, Rebby, Randy, Tito, and Jermaine, signed a letter to the executors of Jackson's estate, John Branca and John McClane, accusing the pair of fraud, forgery, exploitation, and abuse. This letter was published on a gossip site, Celeb Buzz. Jackson's siblings claimed that he was not in LA on the day that his will was dated, July 7th, 2002. Therefore, could not have signed it. What? They also claim that Jackson said he despised Branca and McClane and didn't want them to have anything to do with his life. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So he didn't even sign his own will. That's kind of sus. So this is another one, is Jackson was killed for his music catalog. This is all coming from The Week, theweek.co.uk. That's my source here. LaToya Jackson has repeatedly said there was a conspiracy to kill her brother and that he knew he was gonna die. He reportedly told her, LaToya, I'm going to be murdered for my music publishing catalog in my estate. Oh my gosh. Last year, The Sun reported the existence of a note allegedly written by Jackson just weeks before his death that appears to support this theory. The note read, "They are trying to murder me." Jackson continued that he was scared about his life and that the system wants to kill me for my catalog. Oh my gosh. So he like that. So I guess that's why they thought that he was murdered, because he literally thought he was going to be. This one also says Jackson killed himself with drugs, which is like how he was, you know, pronounced dead, was because of like his medication and stuff like that. Some people even like, there was like videos and stuff of people saying like they saw Michael Jackson like go, there was this car and it goes through a tunnel and they saw like him get out and go through a secret door and then like the car leave. I don't know. There was some like weird, crazy stuff. Some people think that Michael Jackson's wherever, like people think Tupac is alive and stuff like that. They think that they're like hanging out somewhere. I don't know. I feel like that's a little far-fetched, but like if they wanted to get out of the public eye and stuff, but like, I don't know. Personally, I feel like Michael Jackson is not here with us. I feel like his soul is definitely still here on Earth. I really don't think that he's still alive. But, I mean, I could be wrong, you know. Like, I'm not saying, like, this is it, right? Like, oh, that was I did not even mean to add that in there. That is good job, Kelsi. I feel like he's passed on. I feel like he's in a good place. And I mean, maybe he's still here on Earth, but I feel like he's passed on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Michael's still alive? There's some other celebrities where I'm like, okay, they could be alive, you know, but Michael, I feel like he's passed on. So next we're gonna get into Princess Diana. If you don't know what happened to Princess Diana, we all know that she was involved in a car accident and that is how she passed away. But there are so many conspiracies saying that her car accident was not an accident, like this was a murder, this was supposed to happen. A lot of people and their mothers think that it was the royal family, that they had like a big vendetta against her. I honestly feel like there's a lot of secrets there. Maybe it wasn't like necessarily all of them, you know, like all of them planned it together. Maybe there was someone sneaky in the family. I feel like it definitely was though, but I'm going to read into some of the conspiracies. And this is from independent.co.uk. On the night of August 31st, 1997, something terrible certainly happened. Princess Diana was killed in a fatal car crash in Paris, and the effects could be felt around the world. So some people believe that she was actually pregnant with Mohammed Al Fayed's son's child, and this was unacceptable to like the British royal family. They believe that the royal family could not accept that an Egyptian Muslim could eventually be the stepfather of their future king of England, and then plotted to kill her off. I feel like that one's reaching a little bit. I don't know. I would need like more proof of that. Another one is Diana actually believed she was going to be killed by the establishment. And I guess there's some facts on this one. So Diana actually wrote a letter and had given it to her butler for safekeeping. And the letter said, I am sitting here at my desk today in October longing for someone to hug me and encourage me to keep strong and hold my head high. This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous. ... is planning an accident in my car, brake failure, and serious head injuries in order to make the path clear for Charles to marry. This letter appears eerily prescient. I don't know what that means. Precise? I don't know. And indeed it had history. When Diana wrote the letter, she had experienced problems with her car, had voiced fears about them, and her bodyguard had died in an accident that she believed had been a conspiracy. So she's sitting here like thinking they're killing other people off. They might kill me off. That's crazy. That is terrifying. That's the one that I really, really feel like happened. Like I feel like there was something with some member of the royal family and there was some foul play for sure, because they got to protect themselves, you know, in whatever way. Maybe Diana knew something or was going to say something about something, I don't know, and then they just like were like, no, we can't have this. But the fact that she even, or there's a possibility that she voiced that she believed she was going to die in a car accident, that's crazy. Another one is the paparazzi made the car crash intentionally. Photographers were blamed repeatedly and continue to be for Princess Diana's death. The story caught on in part because it reflected a concern that pursued Diana throughout her life, that the often prurient I can't pronounce things. Prurient interest in her was causing her harm. So they think that the car was driving really fast to escape like paparazzi and stuff, that it lost control and crashed. But I don't think that happened. I'm like, that's just, no. Some people even believe that the driver intentionally caused the accident. Oh, some people think that he had been drinking and driving, and I guess that numerous tests showed that Mr. Paul's blood had alcohol in it. Though there were mistakes made with the tests, and repeated checks of those have certified that Mr. Paul had indeed been drinking. So they think that he was drunk driving and crashed. I don't know. Maybe. Like, I guess that could be something, but I just don't feel like that's what happened. I don't know. I have this weird just gut feeling. I'm just like, no, I don't think that's what happened. Like, that's not the whole thing. I mean, unless his drink was spiked in some way, like by someone else. I don't know. I feel like if he was that drunk, maybe like someone would notice and be like, hey, you can't drive, if he was that drunk to the point of causing a fatal accident. You know what I mean? Am I reaching? I don't know. I just definitely feel like Princess Diana was killed, I think, by someone in the royal family. I don't know, whenever because I feel energy through photos. That's like a thing, I guess. Like, I've always felt it when I was little, but I didn't really understand it. And then I met a few other mediums and psychics who would feel energy through photos. And I'm like, that's really strange, because like I've always felt that. So whenever I look at her photos, I just feel like she was nervous. She was scared. Like, she was definitely intimidated by something or felt trapped in some way. I just feel like so much, like there was so much coming at her, and it's almost overwhelming, like looking at her, you know, in that state. It just makes me feel like there was definitely foul play involved, because I just feel like she felt that way. Next, I'm gonna get into Marilyn Monroe. I actually just did a video. I just did a video on my YouTube channel asking Lola my haunted doll questions about Marilyn Monroe's death, and I might be asking her on the next part of the series. I feel like I want to ask her about different celebrities' passings, you know, what her thoughts. I just like getting her thoughts, because she is, you know, an 18-year-old woman, and I feel like spirits know things like a lot more than we do. You know, I feel like spirits, they know, they have a lot of knowledge and stuff like that. I just like asking her questions, you know, in a very respectful way. Like, I'm not gonna summon any of these spirits. Sometimes they come through. It's really strange, but sometimes like you will feel them coming through. Not all the time. It's not my intent to summon them. It's my intent to ask Lola questions about them. It's just super interesting to see what she says, and some other spirits come chiming in too. It's kind of, it's a really cool. So I'm gonna ask her about like a lot of the celebrities I talk about in this podcast, but I talked about Marilyn Monroe in my last episode with her, and she had some interesting thoughts on it. She definitely felt like Marilyn Monroe was murdered, and her reported way of passing is that she overdosed on pills and passed away, you know, but there was just so much around it that did not make sense. I feel like maybe she was blackmailed into killing herself, which I consider murder 100%. That's what I feel like. I'm like, maybe someone like just really had things against her. They were coming to kill her, and maybe she chose to take her, you know, pills, or was blackmailed in some way. Like, I feel like there was something with that. I do feel like she is the one who did it, maybe. But I don't know. That's just what I think. So, I'm gonna read into some of the conspiracies if you guys want to hear about them. This is from The Wrap, covering Hollywood. She was killed by Robert Kennedy to cover up their affair. She was said to have had an affair with John F. Kennedy as well as his brother Robert Kennedy. So there was a lot of, you know, a lot of things in that family that maybe they didn't like. So there's one theory that states that Monroe was indeed sleeping with Robert Kennedy but got too attached, and he had her murdered to protect his career. I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason. I feel like that's a little like overboard, but I mean, they do have a lot of power, you know, and a lot of connections. And when you have all that and you don't like someone and you want them gone, I feel like you can make it happen, maybe. I feel like it's scary like that. Like, that stuff scares me. Another theory is that she was killed by Robert Kennedy for knowing too much. So she knew too much information that was, you know, like information not for the public to hear and stuff. Some people believe that it was aliens, like she was killed over knowledge of aliens. That's a thing, like people believe that. I mean, That's definitely a possibility, but I feel like if it was so secret, they would make sure no one was around listening. I mean, unless they were just like pillow talking, you know, like really getting into it. But I don't know. I feel like if there was something that you like, it was so secret you couldn't tell anyone, you wouldn't tell anyone. Another theory is that she wasn't killed by Robert Kennedy, but he staged her death as a suicide. So they think that Marilyn wanted to go public with like the affair and stuff like that and ruin Robert Kennedy. He tried to prevent by enabling her growing drug and alcohol addiction. So they were like trying to get her into drugs and alcohol. Is that theory? That's really like sinister. Ooh. She was killed by the CIA to hurt the Kennedys, maybe to show their power, like, hey, we can take this away from you. Another theory is she was killed by the Mafia to hurt the Kennedys. I've heard this one that she had ties to the Mafia, or like there was something with them. Another theory is that she got too close with someone in the Mafia, or like a Mafia member was having beef with one of the Kennedys and they decided to do kind of what I said, like the CIA would have done, like show their power maybe. I still feel like she was blackmailed into killing herself in some way. I feel like they had something really like bad against her, or were going to do something, or told her they were going to do something. I don't know. Like, I feel like she was scared. Okay, next I'm gonna get into Kurt Cobain. So this one's really, I haven't really gotten much into this one. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I'm really interested. I guess he was found dead very violently in a very aggressive manner, and it was said to be a suicide. I don't know, this is weird. So the Seattle Department Incident Report stated that Cobain was found with a shotgun across his body and had suffered a visible gunshot wound to the head, and that a suicide note had been discovered nearby. It was then confirmed that Cobain had committed suicide. So a lot of people believe that he was murdered, and there's a lot of conspiracies around this. I feel like he was murdered. Like, I was looking at, there's crime scene photos on there, and I just felt like he was murdered. I don't think that I don't know, I feel like if he was going to kill himself, just based on like his aura and like his energy, I feel like if he were to do something, it wouldn't be that aggressive. Like, I just feel like it wouldn't be something so like a shotgun. Like, I feel like he would have done something different. You know, I'm not going to name things that I think, you know, whatever. But like, I would think pills over this with this guy, you know? I don't know. I think it's really weird. A lot of fans believe that he was murdered, and it's weird because I feel like fans, they know their person. Like, they, you know, they pay attention to who they are, their interviews, everything they do, they pay attention to this person. When you idolize someone, you pay attention to the person that they are. I feel like fans knew him way better than the FBI did, and if the fans believed he was murdered, I feel like that's a big, like, you know, eye-opener. So fans would like tell them, hey, I feel like he was murdered, you know, but then the FBI would respond with, we appreciate your concern that Mr. Cobain may have been the victim of a homicide. However, most homicide investigations generally fall within the jurisdiction of state and local authorities. In order for the FBI to initiate an investigation of any complaint we receive, specific facts must be present to indicate that a violation of federal law within our investigation jurisdiction has occurred. Based on the information you provided, we are unable to identify any violation of federal law within the investigative jurisdiction of the FBI. We are therefore unable to take any investigative action in this case. That's so weird. Like, it's like, if people, I don't know, I feel like it's just so by the book. It's like, why wouldn't you listen to other people who knew him and his fans? Like, maybe go look back into it. Sorry, we can't. It's like not, or, you know, we're not doing that. Like, we can't do that. We're going by the books. Like, that's kind of shady to me. I don't like that. I almost keep seeing, like, whenever I look at these photos, I keep seeing another man there, like a male, someone like that really betrayed him is what I feel like. I feel like he was murdered. I could be wrong, but like, I don't know. I just have this weird feeling. All right, well, I'm gonna do some tarot because I feel like we need to lighten the mood up, guys. Let's do a tarot reading for all of our Kel Kats and our intoxicated listeners out there. If I can get it out of the box. Let me know if this resonates with you, by the way. This may or may not be for you, but here we go. So it seems like you've been having like a lot of decision making to do. Like there's been a lot of different options of decisions that you've been trying to make, but you feel like each decision that you're going towards, there's some sort of judgment with them. Like there's some sort of hesitant thing. Maybe you're facing some judgment from other people or yourself, you know, maybe you're just like judging the situation too much. You haven't been in the best like mindset about things. You're just kind of feeling like you're more left behind, but you need to find that power to push forward. But it seems like there's going to be some sort of communication with someone. You're going to run into someone, or you're going to meet someone who's going to help you with what you've been working really hard towards, you know, financially, successfully, whatever you've been like manifesting, it's gonna come to you. You have these two crossroads to take right now. You just need to choose the right path. You know which one's right. Make sure you choose the positive path for yourself. Just focus on you. Make sure you have self-love. Focus on your needs and what you're wanting. You may have a little bit of a tower moment, an emotional moment, maybe a realization of some sort. It might actually be good to release your emotions. So make sure you release your emotions, and you're going to come into this happy, like all your needs are going to be met. You're going to feel very fulfilled, and your cup is going to be overflowing with just success, opportunities, emotions, whatever you're working towards. Your cup is going to be overfilled. Like that's a very good card. So that was a pretty good reading, you guys. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have been able to see auras my whole life. I've always associated certain people with certain colors, or I've seen like some sort of a glow around them, some sort of a thin like color around people my whole life. I just never knew what it was. I thought it was just a normal thing. Like I would just look at someone and be like, they're green, you know, like I would just like have that. I don't know. I thought that was like kind of interesting to bring up. All my friends, they always ask me to read different people's auras, and every time it's just freaking spot on. Like they're like, oh my God, like that is spot on how this person is, you know, everything like that. And I wanted to get into some celebrity auras. So I want you guys to comment and let me know what celebrities you want me to read their auras, what I think of them. I'm going to read one real quick. So I'm going to read Princess Diana's. With her, I see like this turquoise light blue aura around her. And that's usually, I'm going to look up like so I'm going to read the definition of a turquoise aura, because I don't memorize like what each aura means. I just see them, you know. So I usually just like look up kind of what comes up. Turquoise is the color of calmness and clarity. Turquoise stabilizes emotions and increases empathy and compassion. It emits a cool, calming peace, gives us a boost of positive mental energy that improves concentration and clarifies our mind, and creates a balance that clears the path to spiritual growth. Pretty good aura, Princess Diana. And we will get into more auras in the next episode of Intoxicated. Yeah! Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening to me just babbling on for so long. I know, I love when I have guests, but Drew had to work really early in the morning and we didn't get to film this weekend, so we got what we could done. But big shout out to Drew for coming on here for the first part, for the first little portion of this podcast. If you guys want to follow me on social media, my TikTok, Twitter, Instagram is KELSIIDAVIESS. Also, my YouTube is KELSI space DAVIES, Kelsi Davies, guys. Make sure to give this podcast 5 stars wherever you're listening to it, or a big thumbs up if you are watching this on YouTube. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Stay woke, everyone.